Hey guys, and welcome back to the Deep Woods Paranormal Podcast. My name is Matt Harvey. I am the host of the Deep Woods Paranormal Podcast. Today we have a not only just a UFO basic expert, but we have a UFO abductee. She's seen multiple UFOs, she's seen aliens, and had multiple experiences with that type of thing, the aliens. We're going to have her on to basically tell her story. She's got hours and hours and hours of stuff to tell us. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down into like 30-minute segments. So this may not all play at the same time. If you're interested in watching the whole thing, I will be posting it probably little chunks, little pieces here and there, so that you can kind of follow her story. Disclaimer to parents: some of the stuff that we might be talking about might be a little bit scary for kids, and we're going to try not to make it too graphic, but we definitely want to let Laura tell her story. So just FYI, if you're listening, you might not want kids to be present. Unfortunately, we cannot get her on video for some reason, but we're recording her audio. I apologize, there's a bunch of noise in the background. The vacuum cleaner decided to start right as I started this podcast. So, with that, let's bring on Laura and have you tell your story. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Hey, man. I'm good.
All right. So, why don't you kind of start from the beginning and tell us where everything started for you? What was the first time you either saw a UFO, or did it go straight to just alien abductions?
Okay. The beginning is probably going to blow your mind. This all started. Well, I'm guessing it started before I was born.
Wow.
I'm guessing this has something to do with it. I'm not sure, but it probably did. Okay, I have a conscious. I remember being in this place. It was a bright place, and I knew I didn't have a body. Okay, I knew it was my consciousness. I have no idea where I was at, but I know it was somewhere. But anyway, wherever I was, I had these. I just heard these voices. I'm guessing this went on for years. They kept telling me you have to go down to the earth. This is all they said. I didn't see anybody. I just heard voices. I know this sounds crazy, but I remember being in this place, and they kept saying this to me over and over, and I kept telling them, no, I don't want to go down to the earth. I'm not interested. I don't like the earth, or, I wasn't interested. They just kept bugging me for years and years. And finally, after telling them, I don't know how many times, I came down here with, I don't know, I just remember shooting down here. I don't remember going through space. I'm thinking I was a light source or something. I was with another light. There was another light. Like, I was on the right-hand side, it was the left-hand side. And we were shooting down to the earth. I don't know how we got down here, but we got down here quick. And we ended up in the sky. We were in the sky. I don't know if we were behind a cloud or what the heck it was, but I remember this. I don't know why I remember this, but I do. And this other light source said to me that I was shocked when I saw the earth. I was like, what is this? What is all this going on? I was like, what? I couldn't believe the earth was actually real. But anyway, this light source says, I saw 3 people standing on a corner, and then the light source says, that's your mom, that's your dad, and that's your aunt. And I said, I don't care. I said, oh my God, I don't want to go down to this planet. I was just appalled. And I kept saying, no, I don't want to go down there. I don't care who they are. And, but anyway, years later, it was my mom and dad, my Aunt Johnny. My Aunt Johnny verified to me. I didn't tell her what I saw. I wish I would have. But she told me that I was born in Chicago. She was visiting Chicago, waiting for me to be born, and she waited I don't know, a couple of weeks, and I wasn't born. And she told my mom and dad, as soon as I leave, you're going to have this baby. And I saw her get into a cab or something, and she said, mark her words, as soon as she left, my mom went right into labor, and she had me. And I was like, you're kidding me.
Wow.
But it doesn't end there. After this, I remember being born.
Wow.
And I'm like, what the hell? I was in the room. I remember I was actually above, I was in the corner of the room, and I could see what's going on, but I didn't understand. I was like, what the heck's going on? You know?
Yeah.
And then whoever this light source was placed me in my mom's womb. He had to, because I didn't feel a body till something happened. And then I was like, are you kidding me? Now I knew I was in a body because I could feel my body. Before that, I couldn't feel a body.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. But my first words were, I don't know how I knew this, but I wasn't even born yet. And the first thing I said was, my mind was, oh shit.
Yeah.
This is before I was born. Now, how a baby knows a swear word, I don't know. But that's what I said.
Just remember, please be careful with your language. We have younger people on here.
I want to tell you, you could probably edit that, but that's the truth. That's what I was thinking. I don't know how the heck did I know that word? I don't know. But then I was born. I started to hear these muffled noises, and I didn't understand what was going on. Then I was born, and I explained this to my mom. She verified this for me, too. I said, you had a man doctor, right? And she said, yeah. And I said, he had black pants on and a white shirt, and he had his sleeves rolled up to his elbows, right? And she said, yeah. And I said, I know, because I remember. And this was when this happened. They were starting to say you can remember your birth. It's possible. And she's like, how did you know that? I said, because I remember it. I said, that's all I remember. I remember crying. Oh, he put me on his arm, and he almost dropped me too, right? And she said, yeah. How did you know he almost? I said, because I slipped and I started crying. I got mad at this man. It'd be nice to say man. I got mad at him, and I'm like, why did he put me on his left arm? And I had my head in his hand, and I didn't like his hand, and I was like, ugh. I didn't like him at all. I was just repulsed. I was mad. I said, that's all I remember about the whole thing. And she's like, how did you remember? I said, I don't know, but I remember. Well, they say if you can remember your birth, it means that you're psychic, and I am like slightly psychic. Not enough to be Sylvia Brown, I wish.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit psychic. Sometimes I know things, and I just know it, and it happens.
Crazy.
And I know it's going to happen, because I just know. But anyway, from that time, after that, I don't know. As I got older, my mom was into doing the Ouija board. I don't know if she was doing it when I was born, and I don't know if that has anything to do with these aliens too. I don't know, because we did the Ouija board. Oh my God, for like almost 8 years, 7, 8 years. We did it for a long time, which is bad. Yeah, I don't know why she would sit there and ask me personal questions about her life. I don't know. But anyway, so the first time I saw an alien, I think I was a baby. I was, I don't know, 8, 9 months old, I think. I saw one standing by my crib, and it didn't scare me, but I'm looking at this thing like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I've only seen 2 aliens with hair. This one had white hair. It was tall, it was big.
Wow.
It had a white, this is the first time I've seen an alien. First time they came to get me too, and it had like a white cloak on. It was all white. His face was white, but its face was like skinny, like a rectangle standing upwards. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I didn't see no ears, no nose on it. Its eyes were not like the typical. This alien I haven't seen again. This was a different one, but it had teeth. It's the only one I've seen with teeth, and they were sharp, and it was like smiling at me or something. And I'm looking at it like, what the heck is that? I didn't cry or nothing. I wasn't scared. I didn't cry, but I'm looking at it like it had to show up at night. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, this alien was standing there, and it said, I heard its thoughts. It said, "Oh, she's too young right now. We'll come back in 2 years for her." And mark his words, they came back in 2 years. They waited till I was 2 years old. And but a different alien showed up. This alien I didn't see again, thank God, because oh my God, I remember those teeth were just like pointed, sharp-looking teeth. And I was like, oh my God, that thing better not come near me.
Yeah, that sounds like something out of a nightmare.
Yeah, and I was too little to tell my parents. But when I've seen these aliens when I was a child, through my childhood, I never told my parents about it because I thought that I wrote it off as a dream. I thought everything that I saw when I was a child was a dream. Huh. And I kept forgetting to tell my parents about it. I don't know. I don't know. I just kept forgetting to tell them. But they came back to me in 2 years. This is in Chicago. We only lived in Chicago for 2 years. Then we moved to Cleveland, Ohio. And when they came back, my brother told me that me, him, and my older sister and me all were in the same room. He said we slept in the same room in Chicago. I said, we did? And I'm thinking, how come they didn't take you guys? They only took me. I never asked them, but I don't think they were ever abducted. Because why is everybody? Did you ever have anything weird happen to you through your life? And he said no. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah. Nothing. Nothing strange. He saw a UFO one time at work. That was it, and that freaked him out. So something could have been going on with him. He just didn't know. Yeah. He didn't realize it. But when this alien came for me at my bed, this was another. This is almost the same type, tall alien. It was all just, it was pale white, just like white, like a crayon. Wow. I've never seen any green aliens, or I've seen the gray ones. Okay, the gray ones and these ones are white. But this thing, it was standing at my bed, and I'm looking at it like, what the heck is that? I don't know. I don't know what they want with 2-year-olds. I've asked some people in the past I've talked to. I don't understand I still don't understand what they wanted with me. Because this went on from the age of 2 to 59. I'm 61 now. I haven't had anything happen in 2 years, which kind of depresses me because I'm used to them. You know, I'm like, where's all the aliens at? Where are they at? You know. But anyway, this thing. I think he told me to get out of my bed because I got up out of my bed. It was on the right-hand side of me, and I was on the left. And he held my hand. This is the only time that I held hands with the alien. And then they have 3 fingers and a thumb, which you probably already know. And this hand was real bony, and I was like, ugh. And this thing, every time they abducted me, because they came back for me frequently, this thing's standing there telling me he's my mother, he's my mom, and I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, I'm 2 years old. I'm thinking, you're not my mom. I know you're not my mom because you don't look like my mom, you don't sound like my mom, you don't dress like my mom. Yeah. So why are you telling me you're my mom? And I'm thinking in my head, okay, I'll go along with it. Yeah, you're my mom. I'm like, what? Yeah. Maybe they think, I guess a child doesn't know who their mother is. But anyway, the next thing I knew we were going to go through the wall and the window, and I was panicking at 2 years old inside my head. I was like, oh my God, no, we're going to go through the wall. What the heck? Oh my God, I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, we're going to... for some reason, I knew we were going to go through the wall, maybe because we did it so many times, but I don't know how we did it. Anyway, the next thing I knew, I'm in this room, and there were about 10, maybe 12 children in a circle. We were all in a big circle. So they were abducting children at night.
Wow.
And I remember this clearly because I don't know if they came back for me twice a week, 3 times a week when I was a toddler like this. But we'd be sitting there and they would give us toys to play with. And I can't tell you what toy I was playing with. I don't know. Because these aliens, they would frequently walk into the room. You know, one would come in, one would leave, one would come back in. And I kept my eyes on them. Aliens. I'm being nice saying aliens. No, I can't say the other words. I was pretending I was, some children were crying too. I was not one of them. I'm not a crybaby. And I kept my eyes on them. The aliens coming in, they were real tall, white, pale. They had all of them had cloaks on, huge heads. They looked like they were 10 feet tall to me. They were the tallest aliens I've ever seen.
Wow.
And I was just thinking, what are they watching us playing with these toys?
Yeah. Were those the gray aliens, or what did they look like?
No, they were white. These were the pale white ones I saw. Okay.
What were they? Tall and lanky? Were they tall and thick? Or how would you describe them?
I'd say they were tall and skinny, but they had their cloaks on. They had these long coats on or something.
Mm-hmm. Like a lab coat?
No, it was more of a stylish coat that to me they had on something really, they looked kind of nice, you know? I was like, well, they're like dressed nice, you know? Whatever cloak they were wearing was really, real nice.
Hmm.
Pristine. They looked clean, and they were just real tall, white, huge heads. I remember their heads and their eyes, and I kept my eyes on them every time they came in the room. I was like, "What the heck is?" I couldn't figure out what that is. I was like, "What is that? Where am I? And what is going on?"
Yeah. Can you describe their faces?
Yeah. Typical alien. Well, from what I saw, I remember seeing eyes. I don't remember seeing a nose on them. Maybe a tiny mouth, no ears. I don't remember seeing any ears. So their heads were shaped like a light bulb.
Okay.
Kind of. I mean, huge. They had the hugest alien heads I think I've ever seen. And their arms, they were real long and skinny. They were tall.
Wow.
They look skinny to me. They were not. They don't look like they had any meat on their bodies or anything. But I don't know. I couldn't figure out who they were, or where I was, or what was going on. We were in like a medium-sized room. It didn't look roundish to me. It could have been, but it didn't look like it. I don't remember coming home. I don't ever.
Right.
Are you there?
I'm here.
I don't ever remember them bringing me back, but I do remember them taking me quite a few times.
Okay, and these were the ones with the 3 fingers, or?
Yes, all the aliens that I have ever seen have 3 fingers and a thumb. But it's not like a thumb like ours.
Do they have feet like ours, or are their feet different?
No, the one abduction that I saw the one alien's feet, and their feet is like arched, like, what's that called, bipedal or something?
Bipedal, yeah.
Their feet are not, well, this one that I saw was not standing flat with his feet. His feet was like a high heel, like kind of thing. Mm-hmm. From what I saw from the one abduction, that's the only time I saw their feet, because I didn't pay attention to their feet too much.
Well, yeah, I would imagine. I'm just trying to get a description for everybody. Were they wearing any kind of shoes or anything, or did it look like they were walking around barefoot?
I didn't see these abductions when I was 2. I didn't see their feet because of the cloak. They had the cloak went all the way down to their feet, so
to the floor.
They were covered with this. They all came in with the cloak on.
Okay.
Or some type of, I don't know what you call it. Long coat or something?
Yeah.
They were all dressed the same. They were all in white.
Was it buttoned in the front, or were there any buttons or anything like that? Anything like held their?
I think they could have been. I didn't see any buttons, but the cloak was closed, so it could have been zipped or button. Yeah. I didn't notice anything like that. I had my eyes on their. I was looking at their eyes. I was looking at their was
Right,
I was so
right.
terrified. I just had my eyes on them.
I bet, yeah.
I was playing with my toy, but I was not playing with the toy.
So what kind of toy did they give you? Do you remember what it looked like?
No, I can't tell you. I don't know if I was playing with a top or like one of those spinning top. I don't know what
okay. So
toy
it was small.
they gave me because I was not paying attention to the toy. I was just fumbling with it, but I had my eyes on them in the room, and I don't know. I have no idea what this experiment was about. I think it was an experiment or something. I don't know what they. I still don't know what they wanted with me. I have no idea.
That's interesting. So how long did this go on for? I mean, how long did this particular event happen for?
When they took me at night?
Was it a couple hours? Does it seem like a couple hours? Was it longer? What are your thoughts on that?
I think they had me most of the night. I think it was more than 2-3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't know how long it went on. I don't remember ever coming back. I do remember them taking me, though.
So
I don't.
When you get up in the morning, were you tired or were you fully rested? Or
as a toddler, I don't know. But as I got older, as a child, I would wake up tired a lot. I'd say. I told my little sister, I said, I think they were taking me at least 3 or 4 times a week. And she said, oh, my God. When you were a child? I said, yes. And I couldn't figure out why I would wake up so tired. I'd go to school and I'd be like, just exhausted. Like I couldn't catch my breath half the day,
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out why. I don't know why I would forget what happened. But after we moved from Chicago to Cleveland, Ohio, we lived. I must have been. It was after I was 2 years old. We moved and lived in Chicago for 2 years. We lived above this store on West 48th Street, and this is significant too. We went about 10, 15 minutes. No, I think maybe it was 10 minutes away from our house. There was this big, huge dirt field we used to go to and play in. I mean, massive, huge. It's a highway now. This is how big this dirt field was. Huge. And my mom used to let me and my older sister and me go down here with our bikes and play in this dirt field, right?
Yeah.
But in this dirt field, it was reported on the news, people were seeing ghost lights. There were 3 of them in this dirt field. People were seeing these ghost lights during the day and at night. And me and my brother would go down there as long as my mom let us. We'd go down there all the time. And she let us go down there this one time. And we're down there, we're on our bikes, and we're like, my brother's, his name was Willie. He's not alive anymore, sadly. And we go down there, and we're like, hey, Willie, look at the ghost lights. And we're looking at these 3 lights, and they were like, I think maybe 100 feet from us. They were close.
Wow.
Okay? We were here, and I'm saying 100 feet, I think it's 100. 3 big, huge, like yellow lights, and they were hovering off the ground, probably maybe 30, 40 feet off the ground. We would see these frequently, too. It wasn't just one time. We would see them many times. We would go down and anyway, we're looking at it. Oh, cool! We're like, those aren't ghosts. We're like, those are UFOs because we were fascinated with you. I think we went down there. I think I was maybe when I first started going down. I think it was like maybe 3 or 4. He was like 6 or 7. He was a couple years older than me. That's when I first remember going down there. I think it was like maybe 4. It was like a year before we went down there. But anyway, the one incident, this is the only incident I had with one of my siblings. I have 1 brother, I have 3 other sisters. There's 5 of us. Anyway, we were busy playing around. We got off our bikes and we're playing and joking around. We're like, why do those UFOs keep sitting there? Why are they, we thought they were UFOs, not ghost lights, because everybody started calling them UFOs. And after we were playing for a while, my mom said we could only stay down here at this event for maybe 20 minutes. She told us we were only allowed there 20 minutes. So we're playing, and then my brother's like, okay, I think we need to go. We should go, or he said something. So we run to our bikes, and we're running to our bikes, and he doesn't remember anything. Because I asked him a few questions along as the years went on, but he don't remember nothing. And I remember us running to our bikes, and I remember this big, bright, white flash of light. Boom.
Wow.
It was just like this. It was 1 second, and I didn't know what was going on. The next thing I know, I am in this oval-shaped room, and I see these one window. There's one window, and I'm looking at from where I'm standing in this room. I'm looking at the dirt field. I'm like, why is the dirt field over there, and what am I doing in here? Why am I seeing a dirt field from this window? And of course, at that age, I didn't put two together. But anyway, I was facing the window. I was standing here. My brother was to the left of me. His back was facing. He couldn't see the window. He was on the left side of me. I saw the window, and I saw that we were it was like a tan colored type room. It was small. And I'm looking at him like, Willie. I'm like, Willie, what's going on? I'm like, Willie, where are we? And he was frozen. He was standing there smiling, and he wouldn't say anything. I'm looking at him like, why isn't he answering? Why is he just standing there? It was strange. And
I bet.
I think I vaguely remember this. I think somebody came and grabbed him, because then he was gone. And then somebody took me, but I don't remember anything after that. Standing in this room, I don't remember what happened. But the next thing I remember is, boom, we're running for our bikes again, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought we were riding home. I thought we were on the way home. And I'm like, why are we running for? And I hear my brother, oh, come on, let's go run. Let's get on our bikes. He's saying, let's get on our bikes. And I was like, I thought we were already on our bikes. I thought we were riding. I'm like, why are we doing this again?
Yeah.
But I saw like another quick flash of light, and boom, we were running for our bikes. We hop on our bikes. Okay, now we're going home, and I was confused as heck. And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, exactly. What the heck just happened?
What happened? And then we go home and get this, Matt. My mom was furious, and she was scared. She was like, I don't know if she was nervous or shaking. As soon as we get in the door, she's like, where have you two been? And we're like, what are you talking about? And she said, you've been gone for 2 hours. And we're like, what?
Jeez.
Like, Mom, we were only down there for 15, 20 minutes at the dirt field. She said, no, you've been gone for over 2 hours. And she was getting scared.
I bet.
And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. We don't, as far as we knew, we were gone for 15 minutes.
Right.
And then we're like, oh, Mom, guess what? We saw those UFOs. We saw those ghosts like UFOs or whatever you call them. We saw 3 of them. And she said, what? And we're like, yeah, they were in the dirt field, and they were hovering like, 50, 100 feet away from us or whatever it was. And she's like, you're never going down to that. After that, she wouldn't let us go down to the dirt field anymore. We were so mad. We were so upset. She's like, no, as long as if there's UFOs there, she's like, I don't know if she put 2 and 2 together.
Mm-hmm.
She had to.
Yeah.
But she didn't ask us what happened. She didn't drill us. She didn't say anything. That was it.
Yeah. Have you ever asked your mom, is your mom still alive?
No, she's not.
Did you ever get the opportunity to question her about anything UFO in her life?
No, she never said. Well, she never said anything that anything was going on with her. But I think something was going on with her or my dad. My dad saw a UFO the one time when he, I don't know if he came out of work or what. He had seen one somewhere. So maybe something was going on with him. I don't know. But my mom never. She never saw UFO, or she never said that anything strange happened to her. It could have, I don't know. Maybe she wasn't remembering something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe she didn't want to bring you into that lifestyle. Maybe she was just hoping it ended with her. Because I've heard stories of people talking about, goes through families. Multiple sisters or multiple family members, siblings had all been abducted at different times, and they didn't know, and then all of a sudden something happened, and they brought it, the other one said, hey, that looks, I know what you're going through, and they start talking, and they're all sharing the same story. Essentially, I had that happen to me too, and next thing you know, it's like it goes through. Well, it's been happening for years through the family, not just the siblings, but also the parents, and going back to further back into that. So
none of my siblings have said anything. My baby sister said no, she said nothing strange. My older sister Joanna, I haven't even told. She doesn't even know I'm an abductee, but I don't think anything's happened to her. And my younger sister after me, I've never talked to her about anything, but she's never said anything. But I mean, they could have had things going on, but they are not aware of it.
Right.
They're not realizing it, because I didn't realize it, sadly, till I was 47.
Wow. And how did you figure out that all this had been going on?
Well, this is after I had an incident happen at my older sister's house. I wrote all this off as a dream. I remember as a toddler, when they abducted me, I had to be like maybe 3, 4. I was real little. I told my daughter said they took blood out of my right wrist or something. They didn't use a needle. I don't know what the heck it was. It hurt like hell. I remember that like heck. But I remember them taking blood or something out of my wrist. I was sitting in this chair, and where I was at was all white. And I saw this man in front of me. He appeared. It was just I saw his face. His face of this man is like an older man, and he talked funny. And I believe he was saying to me, anytime you see us, you're going to think you're dreaming. He was saying that kind of thing to me. When I was little, he was already programming me, but he talked real funny. He didn't talk like a regular person. I have no clue who he was, what that was. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like a little kid. I'm like, okay. And he's like, anytime you see us, I won't think anything of it, or something.
Crazy.
Along that line, he said. And he was just like in a cloud and all, or something. I just saw this face in front of me. He appeared out of nowhere, and I'm like, what the heck? What the heck is this?
Like he came through. Maybe he came through a portal or something.
I don't know, but it was. That's all I remember, that incident when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think I just wrote everything off as a dream when I was a kid.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, with that, we're going to wrap this one up. We're going to continue to talk to Laura. So just bear with us, guys. This is going to be part 1 of our series with her. I don't know how many episodes we're going to do with her, but she wants to continue to tell her story. So we're going to continue to talk to her and continue on with her story. And we'll continue to release her stories maybe every week or every couple of weeks. And you guys can continue to listen to her story. I think we've just scratched the surface with her. And I appreciate you coming on today, Laura. So hold on. Let me go ahead and stop this recording.